Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Stamp and Stencil Savvy. And this month, the challenge that we've set for ourselves is to do rainbow stamping. And if you can work stenciling in somehow, I'm going to try to do some rainbow stenciling as well. Um, the photo I'm using is one of the photos that was on a page that got damaged with the infestation that I just had to deal with, and I I was the picture, the photo itself had nothing on it, and I was able to safely remove it and toss the rest of the page. So I'm re-scrapping it. I've scrapped this photo before, and it's not unique. It's one of my favorite photos of Ava with her little untied shoes, and she's out in the rain, and we have a really you can see the shadows of a palm tree that's trying to die, and she's holding the umbrella that was given to John when he helped our company. We were both over in Europe helping with our company's conversion to the euro from all of the legacy currencies. And so, as a gift, his project team got these umbrellas with the Euro, European with the euro symbol on it. It was to celebrate, and we got that right. As the euro went live, we were standing at an ATM machine getting out the first euros. So that was kind of fun being in Brussels at that time. So my idea, I've got this piece of paper, which was a gift from JoJo Kelly at a. She was my secret sister at a scrapbooking retreat in 2021. I'm gonna kind of adjust the camera a bit. Okay, and it has this kind of watery watercolor mixed media on it, pre-printed. So I'm going to kind of go with that. I think it looks watery and rainy. I happened to find the other day this is a sticker sheet with clear stickers that are in the shape of raindrops. So I'm just going to kind of scatter them up there when it's all over. I'm not going to do it now because I may do. So my idea is I'm going to stencil a line across here with this stencil using this line of arrows, and then I'm going to put this here. I'm going to do floral clusters. I don't know what, but anyway, floral clusters with these vellum pieces, and I have some more handy in case I need them. And they came in a Hip Kit Club kit. So I'll do that. But underneath that, I want a stamp with this stamp coloring each leaf a different color. That'll be my rainbow stamping. I don't know if that qualifies, but I'm using rainbow, well, not really using rainbow colors either, just so you know. I'm going with my color palette is set by the colors in these raindrops. And so there's a hot pink, there's an orange, there is a teal color, and there's a blue, and there's kind of a chartreuse green. And so I've got that. And for the navies, I'm going to go with this kind of gray blue because it's called Stormy Sky, and she's carrying an umbrella, and let's get literal about things, why don't we? Okay, so I'm going to do this right here, and I'm going to start the rainbow kind of like so, and let it leak into that next one. Okay, then I'm going to do the carved pumpkin. That was picked raspberry. Carved pumpkin, I'm going to kind of go like so and get a little up in there. And then I'm going to do this, and I'm not quite sure how that's going to work right up close to the orange, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. And that may be all that will show on that side of the photo, if I put the photo right there. So I need to start another one over here. I'm going to go like this so that it goes, I'm going to get it lined up like that and then try to move it here, and that's close enough, I think. And the photo is going to go there, so I need to start right here where these green ones are, and I'm going to do more of the greens. And then I'm going to go with teal, the peacock feathers. And now my stormy sky blue. And we'll see how that works out. I kind of smudged that last one, so that's not great. But I'm going to put this aside. Now I'm going to use these same colors and the same applicators on this stamp. And I think I want my clusters right here and here, kind of here a little bit above the line, here a little bit below. And so I'm going to stamp this kind of here and here. So I need to color it up twice. I'm going to go with hot pink on the top one. And I'm going to reserve that because if I need to reuse a color, that's the one I'm going to reuse. And here's an orange. And I hope this shows. This paper takes stamping really well, and it really loves the Distress Oxides, which is what I'm using here. It takes those really well. And let's see, I'm going to go here. And I'm not going to color these last two, so I won't reuse a color. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch to a purple. There's a little bit of purple up here. I think I'm going to like the purple better than the blue. I've got this villainous potion. That may be too dark. I'm going to go more for wilted violet. That's kind of a pretty purple. And let me get I'm just going to use the same one. It's not going to hurt anything. Let me go here. And I have a here. Okay, let's see how this works. I'm going to go right there, and I'm pressing on it really hard. I'm standing up to get it pressed. If I'd thought about it, I could have put a foam mat underneath and it would dip down and take it even better. Okay, not bad. And the reason that I am not concerned about the fact that the colors are kind of a little uneven is that that's going to be underneath the vellum. And so the imperfections won't show. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So now we'll go with orange and one more stamping of this, but that I think is in keeping with the rainbow idea, so I'm happy with it. Let me get this over here. I just kind of want to get these out of the way so that I can have fun embellishing. Let's get this lime green on there. That one is the one that didn't show up very well, and I kind of expected that, but I chose it anyway because I love it. Lime green's kind of right up there with purple in as far as my favorite colors. I use lime green a lot more than purple in my scrapping because you can kind of mix it with other greens and hide it in a cluster of leaves or whatever. It's not as distressingly obvious okay, so that's going to go there. So this will go right there. Let me kind of do that. And again, I should have put the mat underneath it, but it's not. If it were a card that was going to be inspected closely, I might worry about that, but it isn't. It's a scrapbook page, and it's going to have things layered on top. Okay, now let's put the photo on and get the rest of the layering done. I don't want to do a whole lot. Okay, so in both cases, I'm kind of, I want the teal to show. Again, I'm contradicting my own advice. It doesn't, if it's not perfect, if the colors aren't evenly distributed, it's, let's see, I'm gonna do this. I've got a little strip of cameras here, and for some reason, I thought I'd like to have them as part of this horizontal action here. Let's see. I've torn that. I need to tear a little bit more because I don't want it to go all the way across. Let's go there. Put this off to the side. Now let's get some of these things, and they're gonna tuck under where you can't see the adhesive, and you'll see these other things showing through, and I love that. Let's see. I'm going to get a tropical leaf, maybe. I'd like something lighter there, because then you can see this underneath that better. I like that. And this keeps moving, and I'm not sure why. Get that on there. It's the photo that was moving away from the mat. Okay, there's that. Now, I want a big chunk of foam on the back of this. And then I want this is just going to be just a little embellishment cluster here. I'm going to do, let's see, I know that I want this to be part of this cluster over here. So I'm going to kind of slide it in right there. And the tropical stuff over there, let's see, will be on top of that. So that will show through. Let's do these two. They're lighter there and there. I'm thinking that's okay. And then I kind of like this. This is a one of the laser cuts from I like that a lot, and I might want something similar over here. Let me see. If I can put that right there and somehow work this in. These are some 49 in Market Vicky Bouton's things, and then I have to do these. Okay, let me get the things glued down that I don't have glued yet. And it's been a while. I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things, and this will be my first kind of what I'm going to call Saturday series page in a while. I will have a separate video that details some of the horrors of my recent experience. And some of you know it's a roach infestation that, you know, I would have said that this place that we're living, we've, you know, of all the places in the South, this had, you know, the least bug problems. But I was bringing the bugs in on Amazon boxes, and they like the glue, so they found their food source in my scrapbook albums and really went to town. And I wasn't aware because they stayed nicely hidden, and I guess they just partied at night. So anyway, it's all fixed. There are no bugs, but I've got, let's see. Let me straighten that just a little bit. Does that look crooked to you? It does on the screen. So let me kind of straighten it a bit here. Does that, it just needs a little nudge, doesn't need to be removed and put back. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now let's just use all these raindrops, because that's going to further reinforce the rainbow thing. And here, I'm going to kind of maybe arrange them so that you get the colors, the rainbow progression of colors, kind of as it goes down here. I'm getting a call that I do not want to take, so I got rid of it. Okay, and then let's do a teal, a small, got a pretty teal one here, there, and let's do a regular blue, kind of, here's where I got the idea for the gray blue. That is what that color is. So now I'm going to go here, and I need to put some more over in here. So let's do that. I wish I had more pink ones. I think when I first used this sheet, I used the pink ones were the main ones that I used. You probably figured out I like pink. And I'm just gonna get, they should all be pointing down. If I had more energy, or if I was really concerned about it, if I really hated it, I would pull them all up and put them back down so that they're falling straight down from the sky. But I didn't do that in the beginning, so now I kind of have to go with the different angles, and that's okay. It sometimes when you pull them off here, that's kind of how they come. Let me get a tweezer if I can find it. There it is. If I can get that off. That would have been a good way to apply them. Right there, like that. Here. Why not this one? And another blue one. And another orange. I want to use them all because this sheet of stickers has been floating around in my, it's a little heart. And I didn't want to not use it. And I always put hearts. Okay, we'll have some drops coming down on this umbrella too. We'll go like that, and like this. And do I have any more? I do not have any more. Look, they're all gone. I used to do things like this when I didn't have a lot of supplies. I could cut around those, and they will be raindrop outlines. And I'm going to keep that, but I doubt that I'll ever get to that. I don't have that kind of time or patience anymore. So this is it. There are rainbow raindrops coming down, and there's a rainbow stenciled element, and then I've stamped rainbow leaves underneath those clusters. So I thank you for watching, and I thank you for welcoming me back to the to the airwaves, and I hope to be seeing a lot more of you. Bye.